Hello, I thought I'd give a little talk before I send this out. I'm sending this videos to my existing students here and there around the world in BC. I'm hoping you enjoy them. Anyways, I promised that I would be doing this. I've had many students in India that have asked for videos, and I figured, well, it's about time. Here we go. So, a little of my history. I started Tai Chi in September of 1976. It was a high school 10-week class, one night a week, and I went there and I really enjoyed it. And it was really easy for me to mimic the movements, and so the teacher invited me to join. They had a club in town that you could join, and it was the Victoria Taoist Tai Chi Society, or Tai Chi Club. It wasn't a society yet, and that's where I started. So the first movement we learned was this. Now, this is really good for people that work with their hands. It helps loosen up the forearms, and it also loosens up the shoulders. And you know, it's one that I almost never do, but it was the first one I was taught. Next one was this, only with the hips locked. So this was for stretching, opening the shoulders, opening the back. Then as it evolved for me, I started moving, allowing the hips to move, the feet are shoulder width apart. And there's more, there's a drawing into the dantian, pushing out from the heart. Once you get the chi going, you feel chi projecting. It's really a nice one to relax and very meditative. So I really enjoy this movement. Now, I do this in conjunction with the sitting meditation, which I'm going to send as another video. But this is one of my favorites. My all-time favorite is this one. This, I get a nice opening in the spine all the way up into my skull. Now, when I was originally taught it, you only went to 45. So it was here, 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 here. And then Moy taught me to do a bigger turn and to torque the tendons. So that was the second version. I like this version more. And so this is a really nice way to warm up, relax, calm your breath. If you do a few sighs before you start, is really good. So this is definitely one of my favorites. This one, I was working with a lady with a frozen shoulder, and she was trying to get movement. So we started this for her. We started it here and here until things started to loosen up, and then we got it up to like cross-country skiing, we call it. And so there's momentum, lifting the shoulders out of the socket, give some space for the meridians and the chi to flow better in the arms. It's a very nice movement, works really well for people that are on computers. The best one is, a lot of people don't realize that they get sore back and neck from working on computers, and what happens is if you're like this all the time, these muscles across your chest compress, and that pulls on the shoulders, pulls them into the forward position, and it compresses the nerves a little. So this movement, which really is very simple, you just turn the wrist. As you turn the wrist, the shoulder drops into the center of the joint, and then you just arch. And then hang there. Do that a few times. I really like this one. The modern world, way too much time on screens, phones, and computers, and keyboards. This is a really nice way to relax. Then the corresponding one to this is circling. So I like to breathe in, fill up, and then completely relax. So when you see people in a beginner's class, they're like this, and they see the teacher do the moves, and then they do them fast, and they're, it's how you learn. But as you progress, the more awareness and concentration and really feeling what's happening in the movement. Like I can feel the waves of how my fingers are affected by the tendons and ligaments in my arms and shoulders as waves through the muscles and the joints. So the deeper the concentration, the more powerful the movement, the stronger the chi, and the deeper you process into the understanding of how the body functions and creates strength, posture, moves chi by understanding the movements. What else have we got? The repertoire. So we do the one called the Chinese waiter. Now, I was taught this by Mr. Moy. You're supposed to imagine you have something you don't want to drop on your hands. So you go out to the side, back to the ears, pivot, scoop, and out, and then back. So this gives you a full rotation of the shoulder, elbow, and wrists. So it's really good for all the joints, and it helps for some of the more advanced practices for example, in low cup, which requires more turning and understanding of how that functions with the spine.